I'd like to welcome Jim Grant. Yes, the Jim Grant from Grant's Interest Rate Observer. Thanks for joining me this morning, Jim.
Oh,
I'm going to get right
nice
into it. Your last issue really hits on a topic that many investors have done well with: collateralized loan obligations, a form of collateralized debt. What's the issue with CLOs?
Well, as Boaz Weinstein said so well the other day, you can't love the pie but hate the pieces, or rather love the pieces but hate the pie. Imagine a CLO as a kind of a pizza, and the pieces consist of debts, of bank loans, and there's a little tiny bit of equity in there as well. And people are betting on the equity. It's very complicated, Rick, and yet very simple. And the simple thing is that our little tiny adulterated interest rates have corrupted credit and therefore have corrupted the pieces in this pie.
Now, what happens, in your opinion, as the credit quality may not be as good as advertised on certain tranches, and add in covenants, the little rules specific to these securities? You think that they're not stringent enough. Explain.
Well, covenants are the fine print that keeps the issuing or the borrowing company on the straight and narrow. And as the years have worn on since 2008, this fine print has gotten skimpier, eviscerated, until such time as there's really very little of it to restrain the tendencies of borrowers to push the envelope. So as the fine print has vanished, the risks of recovery come the time of default. Recoveries are projected to be much lower. So when you add up the lower quality of the loans in these CLOs, when you add that into the expected lower recovery rates, one can project a much smaller rate of return on these structures that did, by the way, very, very well in 2008. People are erroneously projecting the prior exceptional experience into the future, and the future promises to be a much different proposition.
Jim, that makes total sense. You know, many things in life, even QE, which I'm no fan of, are okay in small doses. It's when it gets to be giant-sized doses that you get giant-sized outcomes you normally don't expect.